Welcome to a video here where we're not racing in a video game and we're not playing GeoGuessr and we're not playing Sparkle, I guess. We're gonna fill out a bracket here for the in-season challenge for NASCAR. Something that I feel like they've done a criminally bad job of advertising. I've had to look up twice this year when it was because I remembered it was happening and I went, oh, we're almost most of the way to the playoffs, and I haven't heard anything. But it's now set. The seeding was set based on, I think, like the last 3 races or something. The best finish, your best finish, and then your second best finish or something is the tiebreaker, which is an interesting way to seed it. I think the seeding is going to help us in almost no way. Given, well, 2 things. One, it's based on the last 3 races, so if you haven't had a good last 3 races, you could be a good driver who's going to be very fast for this challenge, but you might not be seeded very high because you just didn't race good for a couple races. 2, round 1's at Atlanta, round 2's at Chicago, round 3's at Sonoma. Anything could happen at any of those tracks, so it's kind of a shit show whether or not you could get it right by just picking. But we're gonna do our best. I have done so much research over here. You can't see it because it's on my other screen. I have everybody's average finish at Atlanta pulled up here. Then I have the average finishes at Chicago. If we need to go deeper, I started doing average finishes at road courses and then realized by the time I get there, there'll only be like 8 drivers. So if I need to look up stats for those 8 drivers, I can just do that very quickly. And I don't need to do 32 drivers worth of research on road courses. But what I've learned so far, for Atlanta, best average finish, this guy, Ryan Blaney, let's go. He's finished in the last 3 races there, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. So he might be on for a 5th this time around. His average finish is 3rd. He is just above Kyle Busch, 2 of the people who were in the closest 3-way finish in NASCAR history at the beginning of last year. Damn it, I wish Blaney would have won that. And then Suarez is 5th. So all 3 of them are up there. Towards the back, we have Keselowski, Gragson, Barry Jones. So guys like that have not finished very well at Atlanta. And then we'll talk about Chicago when we get there. So we're going to start here. Matchup number 1, Hamlin and Dillon. The really hard part is it's Atlanta, and either of them could win. So Hamlin's been good. Let's take a look because I did all this work. Ty Dillon did not race at Atlanta last year, so I don't have either of his finishes. There's no finishes for him last year, but he finished 29th in the spring this year. Denny Hamlin finished 6th in the spring and in the 20s the last 2 times. I think I'm just gonna run with Hamlin. I mean, the team's kind of hot right now. They just won at Michigan. He took a week off. He's got a new kid. I think I like Hamlin there. The Busch-Keselowski one's interesting. Keselowski does not finish good at Atlanta, and Busch does. But the way Kyle's season's been going, I can very easily see him wrecking like 3rd lap. I think I'm going to take Kyle Busch, though. I think I'm going to do that. Bowman Logano. Who finishes better at Atlanta? Let's see. Bowman's average finish is just over 19th. Logano's is just over 13th. So Logano's a little bit better in average finish. He did win the fall race or summer race, wherever that race landed last year in here in Atlanta. I think I'm going to go Logano on this one. I think the Fords can hook up pretty easy. I think they can push pretty good. I think Logano might have the edge there. Bubba Wallace, Daniel Suarez. I don't know. I mean, Suarez is up there. He's finished 1st and 2nd. Last year he finished 1st and 2nd, but he did finish 33rd in the spring race there. Bubba has a 29th, but he also has a 5th and the 9th. I think I'm going to pick Bubba. I feel like it's going to be a good Bubba week. I think he's going to be top 5. Maybe 4th. Nemechek Barry is a good one. Barry always runs good at the drafting tracks. He's another guy. Where is he at here? No, he's finished in the 20s. 25th, 28th, 29th. And Nemechek was 10th, 33rd, and 21st. Okay. So they're pretty close. I think I'm going to take the Ford. If I'm in between two like that, I think I'm going to take the Ford. Elliott Dillon. Dillon's average finish is just over 19th. Chase Elliott is... Where is Chase? There he is. Just over 14th. Did I pick Busch up here? I picked Busch over Keselowski. I picked... Interesting. I did not pick a Ford there. But Busch is good here. Dillon's good on the drafting tracks. Do I go upset here? I think I'm going to give Austin Dillon a nod. Chastain Jones is an interesting one. Jones has been quick recently. And Chastain can get himself in some situations if he tries to do some tough blocking. He does have a better average finish than Suarez, though. He's been top 15 the last 3 races. Jones has not. I think I'm going to give it to Chastain on that one. Bell. Oh, Stenhouse. Stenhouse is the guy on Super Speedway drafting tracks. He's 3rd for the average finish for the last 3 races. And Seabell is 7th. So they're both good. Bell won earlier this year. I don't like the repeat win, so I'm going to go Stenhouse. Picking some crazy ones. Why not? Briscoe's been hot. Just got the win. Could he go back-to-back? Maybe. I guess I also have to think about the fact that they don't have to win. They just have to finish better, which is something. And honestly, half of these guys are probably going to crash out, so it'll be interesting to see if there's any matchups that come down to, like, 2 people crashed out, who can get their car back on the track to do, like, 1 more lap before it goes out, before they have to get out of the race. Briscoe Gragson. Gragson's finished 34th, 34th, 36th at Atlanta. That's not good. I think I'm going to give the nod to Briscoe. He's got some momentum. Give it to Briscoe. Preece and Byron. I feel like I might have to go Ford here, which is crazy because Byron's the points leader right now. Do I take him out the first round? Oh boy. Preece has finished very solidly at the back half of the top 20 the last 3 times. Which Byron is right there with him. The average finishes for the last 3, Byron's at 17 and a third, Preece is at 17 and 2/3. It's a toss-up, I think, so we got to go for it. Go for the Ford. This is a crazy matchup. I hate that Blaney got such a tough matchup right away. I want Blaney to win it all. I hope he does. This is a crazy matchup. But best average finish at Atlanta. I don't think I'm going to go Ryan Blaney. I'm going to go Ryan Blaney. I think Hocevar may get himself in a lot of trouble at some point, and then I think I'm going to have to, yeah. This one's also a tough matchup. Reddick's way down in the order. Larson's up here. Larson doesn't finish great at Atlanta, except he did finish 3rd in the spring. There's that. Reddick. He's finished okay there before. I think... God, I don't want it to be Larson Blaney at Chicago. I really don't, but I think it might happen. I think it's going to happen. I'll put Larson through. McDowell, Allmendinger. I think you got to go McDowell. He's 13th in average finish. Allmendinger didn't race last year in the Cup Series, so he got a 14th earlier in the year. McDowell was 13th, so they were right next to each other earlier in the year at Atlanta. I'm going to give the nod to McDowell. I think, honestly, this is going to set up really good for McDowell to get deep into this tournament. I think he's good at the super speedways. He's good at the road courses, so he might even be able to get all the way down to, like, the final four before he, like, really has some trouble. Haley. Gibbs has been kind of hot recently. He's been running good. Haley runs good too. I think I'm gonna go. Tough one. What's this? Oh, I get a little. Oh, is this at Atlanta? Why did I do all this research? I didn't know I could see this. Average finish for Haley is 15th. Average finish for Gibbs is 20th. I think I'm going Gibbs. I think I'm going to go Gibbs on this one. Zane Smith and Cindric. I feel like you got to go Cindric. The Penske's are going to be fast. If they hook up, I think all four of them, if you include Barry, could get to the front very easily. And then Buescher, Gilliland. Hard not to pick Buescher on that one. I'm just going to... Sorry, Todd. I'm going to have to go Buescher. So that's the round of 32, round 1 at Atlanta. Toss-up on all these, but we're going to go Hamlin, Busch, Logano, Wallace, Barry, Dillon, Chastain, Stenhouse, Briscoe, Preece, Blaney, Larson, McDowell, Gibbs, Cindric, and Buescher. Those are our picks for the round of 32, first round, whatever you want to call it. On to the second round. We're going to Chicago. Chicago's an interesting one. Only been run twice. Could see some rain, which would really mix up stuff. It's another one where it's going to be tough to pick between the two. Current best average finish for the two races that have been there. Ty Gibbs and Michael McDowell both averaged 6th. Kyle Busch 7th. Haley 9th. It really, like, the Kyle Busch and McDowell, this really sets up good for them, I think. They have 2 tracks to start off with that they have really good average finishes at. So it'll be interesting to see if those two can make it pretty deep into the tournament. Hamlin on Busch. Busch has a good record at Chicago. Hamlin's isn't quite there. I think the 1 seat's going out to Kyle Busch. I mean, they've had a terrible season. This is a great chance to turn it around. I'm going to pick Kyle Busch. Then we go Logano, Bubba Wallace. Wallace has had a good finish and a not-so-good finish at Chicago. Logano's had a very similar one. Boy. Do I go Bubba? Do I go Logano? I want to pick Bubba. Yeah, let's pick Bubba. Why not? We're just going to go with it. Not even going to think about it. Josh Berry, Austin Dillon. We got, if you go by seeding, 2 upsets into this round. Busch is very good. Dillon's his teammate, so he can get some help there. Barry's only run here once. Last year. He's with the... Boy, I'm going to go Barry. I think he scraps it out at the end. Chastain, Stenhouse. I think Chastain's the easy pick on this one. I think Stenhouse... If it's rainy and maybe some weird strategy happens, maybe Stenhouse has a good chance, but I think Chastain's got him all day. Preece, Briscoe. Another tough one. Oh, God. They are 25th and 26th of the 32 drivers in average finish at Chicago. But, they're 1-1 against each other. Oh, I guess I can see this. Yeah, 2 starts apiece. Average finish. 15th for Preece. 16th for... Oh, sorry, best finish. Average finish this year, 25th and 26th. No top 10s. Priest has gotten higher. Briscoe's got more momentum. Briscoe also wasn't in the 19 before. I'm going to give the nod to Briscoe. I'm just going to... Here's what I see happening. I'm just going to call it now and see what we get. I think Larson and Blaney run right next to each other. They do a lot already, but they run right next to each other like all race in Chicago. And I think late, Larson gets a run to the front, and he overcooks a corner. Blaney's not going to be faster than him, but he's going to beat him. That's my prediction. Give it what you will. This is a crazy good matchup right here. I already said it. Top 2 guys in average finish at Chicago. I mean, look at this. Ty Gibbs has the better finish with 3rd. Oh, boy. Who do I pick? I think McDowell shows up. I think he's got the veteran prowess. I think he shows up and he gets it done. And then Cindric Busher. I think I have to give the nod to Cindric on this one. I think Cindric runs a little better on the road courses. Busher's fast. I'm going to give it to Cindric. All right, we move on. Our round, second round would have been the round of 16, I guess. I got Bush over Hamlin, Wallace over Logano, Barry over Dillon, Chastain over Stenhouse, Briscoe over Priest, Blaney over Larson, McDowell over Gibbs, Cindric over Busher. And I think, honestly, this is great for NASCAR if it happens this way. You have guys like Cindric, Blaney, Bush. Well, not even Bush. Cindric, Blaney, Briscoe. Let me restart my thing. You have guys like Blaney, Briscoe, who have won races, who are already doing really well this season. Then you have guys like Bush. You have guys like Wallace. You have guys like... Well, Barry got his win already. Chastain... McDowell, maybe Cindric even has a win, but he's maybe not run the best. Guys that haven't run great now are going to have a chance to win this $1 million and have even more. You're fighting for playoffs and now $1 million. It's going to get maybe wild. It'll be interesting to see if any teams really strategize to the tournament or if they're all focused on the playoffs, because it's weird maybe for NASCAR to throw this right before the playoffs when teams are really trying to focus on that, like winning you're in or get in on points, but you need to pick a way to go and get in. It'd be interesting if they maybe did this earlier in the season so there wasn't as much on the line, maybe points wise, and teams weren't really focused on points. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We are on to Sonoma. We take a look here. Bush v. Wallace at Sonoma. I do happen to have done Bubba's. Bubba actually runs pretty good at the road courses. I think Kyle's pulled out a couple good wins so far. I think Bubba does it again. I'm picking Bubba deep into this thing. And then Chastain and Barry at the road course. I think I'm going to go Chastain on that one. Blaney, Briscoe, give me... Honestly, I was actually shocked by this because I have done Blaney and Briscoe's this season and last season's average for road courses. Blaney's actually a lot better on road courses than I realized. And it's weird because I've watched every race and I've seen him on the road course, and he's the one I've been watching for. He's just sneaky good at like consistently working his way up through the field. He doesn't have crazy good finishes, but he's got all but one of the races he was in the top 20. All but two of them he was in the top 15 on the road courses for the last 2 years, which is pretty impressive. And the one that he wasn't was Watkins Glen, when he just got bumped on the first lap and he just couldn't get back to the garage. It's the only race that he finished really bad. I'm going to take Blaney. I root for the guy till I die. I'm going to take Blaney there. Now it's an interesting one. Cindric and McDowell are both very good road racers. Who do I want? Do I want the Penske matchup? Where are we going for this one? We're going to Dover, right? Dover. Wallace, Chastain, Blaney, and who do I want? Ooh. Do I want Cindric or McDowell? They're both good on road courses. I think I'm going to hitch my horse to Michael McDowell. I think he's going deep. I think this sets up really good for his driving style, going super speedway, road course, road course. I think he's going to put in some solid runs. I'm taking McDowell to the Final Four. So for round 3, I'm taking Wallace over Busch, Chastain over Berry, Blaney over Briscoe, McDowell over Cindric. Gives us 4 drivers left. We have Bubba Wallace, Ross Chastain at Dover, and Ryan Blaney, Michael McDowell. I think... No. It's going to come down to another Blaney Chastain, isn't it? And we then take ourselves back to 2 years ago, running for the championship, Blaney behind Chastain, not being able to pass him, losing his mind. I think that's what I'm going to have to do, though. Bubba runs good, too. I think I'm going to go Chastain, Blaney, through to the final. And then I'm going to take my guy. I think if Blaney finishes every race in this tournament, I think he's going to be hard to beat. I think this is going to be the biggest one right here. This is going to be tough. This is on it. He's not going to have an easy road if Blaney wins this thing. I think if he finishes all the races, he has a very good shot. He's been very fast this year. He's just, I think 5 races of the 17 they've run, he hasn't finished. His engine let go twice. So I'm taking Blaney. I wore the hat. I got to take him. What will the winning driver's win margin be in the final race at Indy? Please enter a number between 0.01 and 100 seconds. Do we think it's a green-white checker run to the line? Three tenths? 2 tenths. I think that's the margin that Ryan Blaney will win Indianapolis by. Those are my picks. Let me know who you think is going to win it all. I think it's going to be a very hard tournament to pick accurately, just given the fact that it's Atlanta, Chicago, Sonoma to start. The Dover Indy picks could be a little easier once you get there. If you don't have matchups like Wallace, Chastain, Blaney, McDowell. I mean, I think the Blaney McDowell pick was an easier one there. This is a crazy hard matchup. That one's tough. There's a lot of good matchups, I think. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out, if it's actually something that's interesting. I kind of think it takes away from some of the excitement of the playoffs, but maybe not, because I guess there's 10 races left, so this will be the first half of that 10 races, and the second half they can talk all they want about the bubble and the cut line and who's in and who's out and who needs a win and who can point their way in. I guess maybe this just extends that number of races where they have something to talk about. Maybe. It'll be interesting to see, though. I'm gonna watch it all. I think I'll come back with videos just to update you guys on who's winning what matchup and where we're at, and I guess how poorly I do at picking them, because I probably got everything wrong. Blaney's going to crash first corner at Atlanta with Larson. Neither of them are going to make it through. But that's what I'm picking. I got Blaney winning it over Chastain. The average finish, the best finish, the top 10s are all in Blaney's favor. I didn't look at a lot of the stats here. Who had better stats here? That's a mixed bag. Interesting. Oh, I did. Okay. Well, now I've done something. Here, look. These are all the drivers. Who's your favorite? Tell me in the comments. Tell me who you picked. Thank you for watching this picking the bracket video. Come back next week. We'll talk about who won, who didn't. And then come back tomorrow for... I think we got GeoGuessr going tomorrow. So, thanks for watching. See you later. Bye.